imagination, I think we can.
Yes, ma'am. We can start.
Yeah. Start.
Nandagopal?
Ma'am, it's streaming now. 1 minute.
Yeah. So we can close the video.
Imagination, I think we can.
Can I start it, ma'am?
Yes, Nandagopal.
There is no better way to exercise the imagination than by the study of law. Good morning to the honored chief guest, Madam Principal, teachers, and my dear friends. It is my privilege to welcome you all to the Legis Festis 2021. Prayer is an expansion of total faith in the present power within and around us. I request the prayer team to begin the ceremony on an auspicious note.
गजाननं भूतगणाधिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बू फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतम् शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्.
I would like to introduce Nandika Kamalakannan, the Vice President of our CV Legis Festis 2021-22. Nandika is a national level gymnast and has broken 3 world records. She has participated in many leadership conferences, and her research paper on the topic, Analysis of Malnutrition Supplement Market in Low Socio-Economic Background in India, selected for a roundtable conference in Iowa. She also went to the United States of America on a fully funded scholarship. Nandika is an athlete in all sense, from long distance running, long jump, high jump, to shot put, she does it all. She is also the president of Legal Learning Club and the secretary of the Sociology Learning Club. I am sure you are all eager to see this multi-talented person. So now, I call upon Nandika Kamalakannan to deliver the welcome address and introduce us to the event.
Arguments and archaic dreams. The arduous learning and tactic struggles of our ancestors have proved to be not in vain. Humanity has prolonged its existence enough for those students of today to stand against the inhuman attributes of society and emerge victoriously. A stepping stone in that journey, Legis Festis presents a viable podium to do exactly that. A symposium where emerging minds attempt to explain and recalibrate the fatal dispenses of the world that we dearly live in. Consisting of 2 rounds, the juniors shall take topics on modes of production and national concerns to the intricacies of phone tapping and immediate concerns of humanity. For the topics allotted to the seniors, they shall expect the air to be filled with arguments about the refugee crisis and the legalities of OTT platforms to the rights of women, farmers and medical practitioners. On a special note of gratitude, I would like to thank our correspondent Meena Aunty and our Honorable Principal Dr. Amuda Lakshmi for innumerous support. I also thank the legal department of Chettinad Vidyashram, which led the way to conduct this grand event. If we are here, it's just because of our ambitious HOD Mirnalini ma'am and her constant support, encouragement towards gearing our talents. A special thanks to Neshni ma'am and Swati ma'am for always standing beside us. To a heavy day of arbitration and rebuttals, myself, Nandika Kamalakannan, the Vice President of CV Legis Festis 2021-22, warmly welcome each and everyone to the event where your ideology shall change from man and women to human. Thank you.
Thank you, Nandika. Chettinad Vidyashram was founded by Kumara Rani of Chettinad, Dr. Meena Muttaya, in the year 1986. Over these years, the management has ensured that the school becomes the best in Chennai and the students excel in all walks of life. It is my privilege to introduce Dr. Meena Muttaya, or as we all lovingly call her, Meena Auntie. Without her, we wouldn't be where we are now. Meena Auntie is a woman of diverse talents and interests. She is not only the correspondent and the secretary of this institution, but is also a role model to all the students as well as the teachers. She was the first woman of Chettinad to ever enter the convocation hall and came back with not one, but 5 degrees. Auntie always has a bright smile on her face, which would make us all feel loved and happy. We are thankful for your continuous guidance and support, Auntie. Unfortunately, Auntie couldn't join us today, but she has blessed us all with this message. Thank you, Auntie, for this beautiful message. One tree can start a forest, one word can frame a goal, one candle can wipe out darkness. A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, having the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others is an art. Our principal, Dr. Amudha Lakshmi, is a leader par excellence, and what sets her apart is her equality of action and integrity of intent. Your endless care, guidance, and support prove that you are a great leader. With a thankful heart, we welcome you, ma'am.
Let the first act of every morning be to make the following resolve for the day. I shall not fear anyone on earth. I shall fear only God. I shall not bear ill will towards anyone. I shall not submit to injustice from anyone. I shall conquer untruth by truth. And in resisting untruth, I shall put up with all sufferings. This profound citation by Mahatma Gandhi serves as a ready reckoner not only for legal eagles, but for all the law-abiding citizens of the world. Having said that, I extend my hearty greetings to the respected chief guest, Honorable Thiru Justice M.S. Ramesh, teachers, aspiring lawyers, and welcome you all to the 6th edition of Legal Symposium. Lawyers have a professional and moral duty to represent the underrepresented in the society to ensure that justice exists for all, both legal and economic justice. Justice is the capacity to be righteous and equitable and to ensure the seamless administration of justice. There exist several laws and rules. It is laudable to note that our freedom struggle was spearheaded by prominent lawyers like Dadabhai Naoroji, Surendranath Banerjee, Madan Mohan Malviya, and Motilal Nehru. These eminent advocates used their legal expertise to evade the arrest of several nationalists and revolutionaries from the clutches of the British. The dawn of the freedom struggle, Mahatma Gandhi, the first Prime Minister of independent India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, our first President, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and the first Governor, Sri Rajagopalacharya, and Chairman of the Drafting Committee of the Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, were all eminent advocates. This walk down memory lane clearly establishes the fact that anybody who have a succinct understanding of law and its relation to society would go to any extent to fight injustice and ensure the installation of a peaceful and complaint community. At Chettinad Vidyashram, we deem it a fundamental duty and principal responsibility to fortify our students with opportunities and favorable circumstances to mold them into future-ready citizens. We take pride in being one of the pioneer institutions in the city to offer legal studies as a subject in high school. We firmly believe that it is exquisite experience such as these that give our students a leading edge over the others. All this that we had accomplished today would have remained a static dream had it not been for the vision and discernment of our beloved Meena Auntie, Dr. Mrs. Meena Muthaiya Kumarani of Chettinad. It is because of Auntie's phenomenal foresight and progressive perspective that we at Chettinad Vidyaashram offer our students a harmonious blend of academics and extracurricular activities. A loving and stress-free environment to nurture students and help them blossom is Auntie's primary objective. Thank you, Auntie, for all that you have done to us. Our chief guest today is an eminent groundbreaker in the domain of legislation and legalities. Armed with a prestigious BL degree, Honorable through Justice through M.S. Ramesh has served as an advocate, acted as a senior reporter of law, Indian law, and has also been a guest faculty for labor law in Tamil Nadu. A prolific tenure spanning several decades, Justice Ramesh has managed to be a trendsetter in all spheres and is now answering his calling as a judge at the Honorable High Court. I can state with conviction that his presence here today would provide the required impetus to our enthusiastic students of law and embolden them with a sense of justice and integrity. I would like to record my appreciation for the Department of Legal Studies, teachers and students who have toiled arduously to conceptualize and execute the legal symposium. I wish that the event is resonating success and proves to be a treasured experience for all the participants. May we all emerge empowered and enlightened. God bless us all. Thank you.
I would now like to welcome our chief guest, Thiru M.S. Ramesh. Mr. Ramesh finished his PL degree in 1991 and joined the office of Thiru S.L. Jagadisan till he became the judge of this Honorable High Court. He has been practicing independently ever since and specializes in cases of writs, labor, civil as well as criminal matter. He was also appointed as the additional government pleader for the state of Tamil Nadu and continued this post till elevation. We are honored to have you with us, sir. I would request you to address the gathering.
A very good morning to everyone. First of all, I'd like to convey my best wishes to all the participants in today's legal symposium. Do your best and remember that what is more important in a symposium of this kind is your participation and your performance and not the result. I'm not here to speak on the legal symposium, but I was requested to address on the, or rather share my views on the scope of the legal profession to be your career. But I think I should deviate a little, or rather enlarge the scope, and first address as to how you should decide to take any profession as your career. This is very important because so long as you take the decision properly, you will not end up in a very good career. Now, how do you take this decision? There are various professions in this country. Every profession is unique in its own way. There is no one profession which is considered to be better or inferior to the other profession. It just happens to be different professions, that's all. If anyone, while you're taking the process of, or the process of making a decision, if anyone comes to you and speaks ill about any profession, or does not speak good about any profession, you must remember that that person has not made a proper choice by a comparison of the persons who have accomplished in that profession, or rather, he would have seen persons who have underperformed or had failed to accomplish the potential of that particular profession. On the other hand, you have to make a comparative study of the best persons, the most successful and lucrative persons in any profession, and thereby take a decision, make a decision. Children, with the utmost humility and without any fear of contradiction, I can say that the children of this generation are far, far superior than those children who are the present older generation. There cannot be any second opinion on this. So I'm confident that you all are well capable of making a choice. Now, you ultimately are the only person who knows about your own likes, your own dislikes, your desires, your passions. And with these in mind, you should first try and make the right choices. This you do simply by applying all your desires, your passions, your dreams, and then make a choice when you will land it with 2 or 3 choices, or in one choice also. When you make such a choice, not a decision, such a choice, the second phase you need to do is you need to share your choices to your well-wishers. Now, these well-wishers apparently could be your parents, your family, your teachers, and most importantly, it should be with at least 2 or 3 persons who have accomplished themselves successfully in that profession where you have made a choice. When you do all this together, I'm very confident that you will make the right decision and you'll have no second thoughts about it. Now, in case you make such a choice and happen to choose the legal profession to be your career, I would only say that all of you know this profession in a broad manner. The role of a lawyer, the role of a judge, the duties they perform. I would only just add a few, or rather emphasize a little more on the duties of a lawyer and a judge. The legal profession is usually referred to as a noble profession. Why noble? There are other professions also which are noble in its own way. The foremost, I would say, that a person who serves the country in the armed forces, noble. A doctor who treats and saves a patient, a noble profession. A nurse who tenders and cares to the persons in pain and agony, a noble profession. A teacher who does not even think about how you are going to be placed in life, but lays the foundation for you to build up your career, is a noble profession. Now, in all these professions, there are many more. In all these professions, one common feature you would see is that they're all selfless. It is a service-oriented professions. All these are service-oriented professions. The legal profession also is a service-oriented profession. I would say that the role of a lawyer, he cares for the underprivileged, the deprived classes, whenever they are deprived of their basic amenities like food, clothing, and shelter. And there is no other avenue for a member of the public. It is the courts that give the reliefs. And in order to get that relief, the lawyer plays a very vital part. He also reaches out to the physically challenged person in order to assure that they are given all the benefits which the system, the legal system, assures. He also plays a vital role in reconciling the relationships within a family. He plays a key role in punishing the criminals, child abusers, offenders of sexual violence, and many other criminal offenders. It also protects and cares for children and senior citizens. Now, I am speaking about the common citizens of this country. These kind of disputes not only are with individuals, but it also comes in corporate houses, the multinational companies, institutions, why even for the governments for that matter. Now, all these disputes have there is a mechanism for resolving all these disputes in our system. And the ultimate, when all these mechanisms fail, it is the courts that gives the relief to these kind of disputes and problems. And while resolving those disputes, the lawyer plays a very vital role in that. There are certain fundamental rights guaranteed to every citizen of this country under the Constitution of India. Many fundamental rights, including the right to life and liberty. And whenever any individual is deprived of any of these rights, it is the court that ensures that the right is given back to them, or in cases where a right is denied, even then the court steps in. Now, these are the various areas where the lawyer acts selflessly and the judges consider the case and extend the benefits to the deprived litigant, thereby rendering justice. Now, you may say that all this he does because for a fees. Well, there is no doubt about that. A fees is taken. But trust me, the satisfaction which a lawyer derives when he conducts a case and succeeds, the satisfaction he derives by looking at his client when the relief is granted to him or her is much more than the satisfaction which he gets through in the form of fees. I'll just narrate a small incident. It's a case which I handled about 25 years back. There was a couple, an estranged couple. The wife was also a mother to a 6-month-old baby. It was a Friday when the baby fell ill. She was running a temperature, just a fever. And that day the husband came home. He picked up a quarrel with the wife and took the child and went away. He went away in spite of the wife resisting to it. She couldn't stop him. She runs. It's a 6-month-old baby with a fever. She runs to his house, to his her in-laws' house, only to find that her husband hasn't come there. Then she searches all the places, not to be found, goes to the police station, gives a complaint on Friday night. The police, probably they made a search, not effectively. Saturday, and then Sunday evening, or even late evening, she met me, narrated a story. I prepared a case and filed it the next day morning, Monday morning at 10:30. When the courts commenced, I made a mention to the judges, narrated the incident, and said, "This is what has happened to a 6-month-old baby." She had left. The judge was very curious to know what happened to the complaint, and therefore he called the public prosecutor and told him that I will take up this case at 2:15 in the afternoon, and I want you to get instructions by then and report to me. He also asked him for the presence of the commissioner of police before the court, for whatever reason the court felt at that point of time. At 2:15, the commissioner of police was present, along with the concerned inspector of police to whom this mother had given a complaint. And the boy was brought, the husband was brought, he had the child with him. 2:15, when the court commenced, again after the afternoon session, there was the husband with the child, the mother on the other side. The judges came and sat. The first thing which the other side lawyer, the husband's lawyer, attempted to oppose, the judges said, "Please wait," and directed the husband to first hand over the child to the mother. The child was taken across the court hall and then handed over to the mother. I turned and saw my client in all tears, and the contentment, the happiness is unbelievable. The judges said, "We will adjourn this case to the evening, and then we will decide on the merits of the case. But right now, let the child be with the mother." Then after the case was decided, that's how the case ended. Children, the reason I narrated this incident is, I did take some fees for handling that case. I really don't remember what the fees was. But after 25 years, I still remember the happiness of the mother when the child was retrieved and given to her. It's still in my memory, and that is priceless. So it is not for the fees alone that this profession is supposed to be a noble profession. It is also because of this selflessness, care for others. But you may ask me, if that is going to be the thing, it's a good thing, but would it be lucrative? Well, I just wanted to also mention that before I became a judge, just before about 6 years back, I've come across a case where we engaged one of the most successful lawyers in the country, and we paid him 50 lakhs as fees for one day. And I was told that he takes at least 2 or 3 cases in a day. So this is the kind of earnings which were even 6-7 years back. It could be more even now. I'm talking about per day earnings. So income-wise also, I think no other individual profession can fetch this kind of an income. So in case you make a choice and you you give your views on the choices you have made with your well-wishers, and then take a decision. And in that decision, if the legal profession is opted for and you wanted to make that as your career, I can assure you, without any fear of contradiction, that you will have no regrets at a later stage. Thank you all.
Thank you for your wonderful speech, sir. It was truly inspiring. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role. It's always about the goal. A hearty welcome to our presenter. I, Lokavya, Head of Legal Symposium, would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the 6th edition of Legal Symposium 2021-22 on behalf of the student body. As the root for a tree and the foundation for a building, our principal, Mrs. Amada Lakshmi ma'am, has been a constant support to us, along with our vice principal, Mrs. Tarni Ganesh. She is a woman of exemplary talent and one of the most hard-working teachers the school has ever seen. We are grateful for you and your work. I would also like to thank our headmistress, the coordinators, and the teachers for their support. Thank you, teachers.
A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. This quote aptly defines the personality of our president, Magant Venkatesan. Magant is a national as well as an international level equestrian and has participated in numerous events across the country. He is the perfect leader we could ask for. Magant always puts his fellow committee members ahead and ensures that they work in harmony and produce an output much beyond anyone's expectations. Magant is the president of Sociology Learning Club and is very hardworking. He ensures that all timelines are met. We, the committee members, are very grateful and lucky to have him as the president for the CV Legis Festis 2021-22. I now call upon Magant Venkatesan to address the gathering.
Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. Good day to one and all. I, Magant Venkatesan, the president of the CV Legis Festis 2021-22, humbly welcome you all for the 6th edition of the Legal Symposium on behalf of the students of Chettinad Vidyashram. I personally feel this edition is not only exciting but is a challenging one. The talk of the year, COVID-19, has not only made us all sit at home but has adversely affected every student's life. Not being able to meet our friends, not being able to chat, and of course, not being able to attend any kind of function was heartbreaking. But now, it's our Chettinad Vidyashram to break the wall and lead the path by hosting a cultural event online and making sure it's on par of how it would have been conducted if it was offline is simply impeccable. I sincerely thank the management, our beloved principal, and our mentor, Meena Auntie, for making this function a grand one. Not to forget all the other committee members who worked day and night with us and have made sure that things are going according to plan. This event has been built brick by our committee members, students and teachers. This function would not have been possible without any of your support. I take immense pleasure in welcoming our chief guest, Honorable M.S. Ramesh of the Madras High Court. We thank you for gracing this occasion with your virtual presence, sir. Your vast legal experience as an advocate and as a judge is really enlightening. Once again, we welcome you all for the event and let CV Legis Festis 2021-22 start. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Magant. In spite of this pandemic, the students have worked hard to make this event come to life in its best form. We are proud to present before you the teaser of our Legis Festis Legal Symposium 2021.
The President has proclaimed emergency.
2020 and 2021, the era of chaos. COVID-19, terrorist, international politics. It was said the world would come to a standstill. But did it really? Domestic violence increased, child abuse increased. Our constitution has a solution for every problem, and there is a solution for everything. But why? Why are we not aware of it? Take it to the students. We know the nation never rested. We know the law never rested. We are the next generation and we are the future of our country. So let's talk about the law. Let's be aware of our rights. Let us be the change we want to see in our world. Let it start here, let it start now, and let it start with us.
It's time to give a vote of thanks to all those who have guided us. We thank our President, Vice President, Secretary and other Associate Secretaries for their leadership and other OC members for their commitment towards this event. We would also like to thank our legal department and management for their exceptional efforts. We thank our beloved Principal, Dr. Amuda Lakshmi, for being the umbrella of support to all of us here at the Legis Festis. We also thank our guide and mentor, Meena Auntie, for this wonderful opportunity. Finally, we thank our chief guest, Justice M.S. Ramesh, for his presence, and last but not the least, participants, without whom this event would not be possible. Thank you.
The event will commence soon. We request every individual participant to join their respective Zoom links. Thank you so much and all the best to everyone.
CV Legis Festis 2021-22 begins. Let justice be done.
Thank you, sir. It was wonderful speech of yours. I'm sure it is mind-blowing and it was really inspiring. My students will take a lot of instructions from you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Wish you all the best.
Thanks a lot, sir. Students, I think it's time for you all to join the link and start. Mrinali ma'am, are you there? Mrinali ma'am, are you there? Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Yeah. Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you so much, sir. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Principal, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. All the best for the thing. We will join the link whenever we find time.